Hey guys, Maverick here and welcome to another new video. Today we'll be covering the latest changes in the HDB housing policies after the National Day rally on 20th August 2023. Now these policy changes affect mostly the BTO buyers and also the single HDB buyers. Firstly, the classification of mature and non-mature estates will cease to exist come mid-2024. So from then onwards, the new flats will be under one of three categories. Firstly, you have the standard, secondly the plus, and lastly the prime housing. So your standard flats will mostly be in the outside central region. I'm guessing at least 400 meters away from the MRT station. So this will be like your standard BTOs in the market today. The MOP period will be 5 years and you'll be able to rent out your entire flat once you hit MOP. Furthermore, there will be no income ceiling restrictions to the resale buyers in the future. Now the next category is what we've seen introduced in Singapore's market in the past 1 year, which is the prime flats. So it's exactly the same as the prime location housing model. It will be for flats that are in maybe the core central region or rest of central region that are also near transport nodes like the MRT station. So the restrictions are exactly the same as prime location housing model. You have a 10-year MOP minimum occupation period. You aren't able to rent out the entire flat. Even after you've reached your MOP, you're only allowed to rent out bedrooms. There'll be an income ceiling for future resale buyers, which are the same income ceiling for BTO. So $14,000 for family nucleus and $7,000 for single buyers. There will also be a subsidy clawback once you've sold your flat. And then we have the category in the middle of standard and prime. So this new category will be called the plus. Now this can be flats within the central region but maybe away from the MRT stations, or maybe the flats that are in the outside central region but they are in close proximity to the MRT stations. Now this will have similar restrictions to the prime flats. You have a 10-year MOP. There will be a subsidy clawback, although it won't be as much as the prime houses, and there will also be an income ceiling cap of $14,000 for future resale buyers. So all in all, HDB is introducing this new categorization because the mature and non-mature categorization is a little bit outdated, and hopefully by implementing this, they can keep the resale flats in prime areas just a little bit more affordable for the everyday Singaporeans. And that's why they've also implemented an income ceiling for the resale flats, which I think is quite a good move because, you know, public housing is for the masses. It's for the lower to mid income. If you're a high income earner earning more than $14,000, I think you could potentially move up to a private housing instead. Now of course, this implementation will only be from the second half of 2024. So all the resale flats and the current BTOs that are going on all the way until first half of 2024 will not be affected by this new policy. Now the second change will be for singles who wish to get a BTO from HDB. So in the past, they could only apply for a 2-room flexi in non-mature estates. Now they're allowed to buy 2-room flexi flats irregardless of whether they are standard, plus or prime. This is a good move because obviously it gives the singles more choices when it comes to location preferences. However, for singles who are looking for resale flats, it's going to be the same policy. So as a single resale buyer, you're allowed to buy any standard or plus flats without any restrictions to the size. You're allowed to buy a 5-room, 4-room, 3-room flat even. But for prime flats, if you are single, you're only allowed to get a 2-room flexi from the resale market, which is essentially the policy that they have implemented when they launched the prime location housing model back in December 2021. Now I think this is good news, obviously, because single buyers, there are a lot of them out there and they do need some aid from the government to be able to afford their first home. But I still think the main concern for them would be the minimum age to own a HDB flat, which in this case will be 35-year-old. So as a single having to wait another 3 to 5 years after you've applied for BTO at 35, it's quite a long time to own your first home at maybe 38 or 40. What they've been hoping is maybe they could have some leeway to be able to own the BTO flat by the time they're 35. I think they would be a lot more grateful in that case. Their main concern isn't really the choices out there. So in today's market, a lot of singles who once they've reached 35, rather than going for BTO and waiting for another 3 to 5 more years, a lot of them would rather, get a resale flat instead. Yep, so that sums up all the changes in the HDB housing policies after the National Day Rally speech on 20th August 2023. Do let me know what you think about these changes, whether you think they're good, they're bad. And of course, if you do have any questions regarding HDB, condos, ECs, anything, leave them in the comment section down below, or do reach out to me. My number is flashing on the screen right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!